Hi Jim, I was going to show you the flow and lightning action and new fields for the mass update payments function. And here we have the flow. It's triggered, if I can open it. There you go. It's triggered when the record is updated and the status code update, which is a lookup field to status code on payment, is changed equal to true. And here it updates the case with the ID of the case being the parent case of this payment the record was triggered on. It places a check mark on the remove follow update, which I'll show you later how that comes into play. But the reason it's not just a null string for a follow update, I'll show you here, is they do not give that option to do that because it's not in the proper data type, I suppose. So I wasn't able to figure out a way to do that, but with a little research on Google, there is a workaround to check mark a field, and then use that field update in a workflow action to update the secondary field, or in this case, the follow update. So I will go ahead and get out of that. Lastly, it blanks out the field from the payment, the status code update, like we talked about. So I'll go ahead and show you how this is working. Went ahead and created a payments tab and some example payments here. So going to check to update those all, but first just looking into the payments that all the fields are blank. Actually, one of these payments is, yes, so the date paid is blank and the status code update is not on the page layout. So going back, checking these to update them. Might take a second. There we go. Okay, so going to give them a date paid and a status code update. I'm just going to put in, I believe, there we go. This is just a random one. There we go. And save. So checking that everything worked properly. The date paid is posted. And on the case, the remove follow update, that's the check mark I was talking about, but that works in a workflow to blank out the follow update, and the status code has changed. I will show you the workflow action. So let's see here. Okay. The workflow action is called blank out follow update. And the rule criteria is if there's a check mark on remove follow update, and then its field update is to blank out or empty the follow update field. So that's how that works. Let me know what you think. Thanks, Jim.